trying to switch up the angle a bit. Yeah, let's do that angle for now. Obviously the wheel's always in front of my face. Not like you lot care about my face, but might as well. Now, yo, my people. All right, let's do a quick update. Because now it's going to be, 1 week since I've been running ads. So, yeah. Obviously, last video I said, yeah, ads were doing trash. Not going to lie, this week's been trash. How much have I spent? I think I spent about £300 this week. And I'm in a minus of... What am I in a minus of? I think like £170. So yes, I've lost £170, £180 this week. And the reason I'm highlighting that because I've seen a few negative comments on my YouTube. And I don't normally entertain them, right? Because it's like, bro, I know everyone is opinionated. And I know that everyone's opinion is based on how they see things, right? So obviously opinion is what they think. So that's why when someone says I think, they're talking about them, how they perceive the world, how they perceive the situation. Even though we got the same eyes, we don't look at the world through eyesight. As they say, we look at the world through mindsight. You know, it's how our mind looks at the world. That's why how I look at the world is very different to someone else looks at the world. Why someone can see a car and be like, oh, that car looks disgusting, or another person might say, oh, I love the color of that car, right? Everyone's perception is different, the way we look at things, and that's based on how our mind works, also our belief systems as well. That's why a lot of times our beliefs can limit us, because we have limited beliefs. Hence why you'll get a lot of people saying dropshipping doesn't work, or they can't fathom the idea that you can make money online or whatever it is. So I just want to share that first of all while I start going into the results, because don't let someone else's negative mindset or perception on life sway you away from your conviction and your on your journey, basically. Because it's really here, I know it's really easy to get consumed of people's negativity. Just remember, this is their opinion, this is how they are seeing the world, this is them projecting what's in their mind onto you, and it's not exactly how that's the only difference. And hence, so don't entertain the negativity. Anyways, I've been going on about it. Anyways, I thought that was a seagull on my car. So like I said, this week not been great. So I spent about £300, and I'm down about 170. So I kind of went off with a bad start, because as I explained on the last video, I kind of allocated a certain amount of budget to test the exact same thing. So straight away from the back, I was down about 100 quid in the first 2 days, because I was on a £50 a day budget. Nevertheless, we moved on, tried to get those two or three new ad sets to go live. They didn't go live immediately. Eventually they slowly went live again. What was it again? The click-through rate wasn't great. My ads or my hooks, or who wasn't enough to communicate. I guess the ads weren't communicating directly enough to the customers to make a purchase, I guess. That's why I've only so far I've had 3 sales, 9 add to cart. So there's some type of buying intention, but for the amount of money I spent, I wouldn't say I wouldn't say it's great. I would have wanted more buying intent. However, it is what it is. There are loads of other competitors selling the same product. So as I said before, I don't think it's the product that's saturated. I just think it's me. My marketing is not great right now. I'll be real. I'm not a marketing guru. I'm still learning how to communicate the emotion to my customers. How to communicate the outcome to my customers. Because that's in the beginning of my first hooks, I was realizing I was trying to create emotion, but I wasn't giving an outcome to my buyers, right? And then I realized let me start trying to kind of implement an outcome for my customers, because essentially people are buying from emotion, right? So I started implementing that as well. I started slowly getting a bit of click-through rate, however still no conversions. So yeah, there's still a lot I've got to test and learn and play around with. But yeah, so moving on next week, my plan of action is to carry on trying to test different types of concepts, to refine my hooks and try to communicate more with outcome to my customers. What else do I need to do? I will plan to test. I'm going to test America as well. I thought, why not? I've done the maths. I'm going to attempt to test what do you call it? To test the USA market as well. As well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up I'm going to do ABO, and I'm going to do interest targeting. So I'm going to refine my targeting to a particular interest. So I'm going to try that as well, because someone told me to warm up your account, sometimes it's good to do interest targeting. I guess it kind of, even though Facebook is super smart to find, you know, the right demographic and the right customers, I guess there's no doesn't hurt to kind of test different interest targets to kind of like help Facebook on that journey of finding your customer. Because when I look back on it now, because like I said, it's been a while, when I look back on my on when I was first learning and testing ads on the last product, I was doing ABO testing, and I was testing in the beginning before I did a CBO, before I was doing broad, I was targeting certain interest, and then I slowly, once I started getting some winning creatives, I then threw that in a CBO, and then, you know, I went broad and I let Facebook do its work. I don't know if it's because in the beginning I was helping Facebook and I was narrowing down my audience, and then Facebook knew later on down the line. I don't know. This is just me speaking straight off the dome. So yeah, regardless, like, some people say CBO works for some people, ABO works for some people say interest works, some people say broad work, and people say their ad accounts are very different. So nevertheless, I'm gonna test different campaigns, and so I'm gonna try ABO. I'm gonna do some ABO broad, some ABO interest testing. Of course, the budget still needs to be £50 a day, so that means I'm gonna have to reduce the CBO that I've already got active and allocate a bit of budget towards the ABOs that I'll be testing. So I'm gonna try to test interest. Obviously, I've only got 3 sales, so the thing is with those 3 sales, I've got 3 sales from 3 different creatives, but 2 of the creatives, the visuals are the exact same thing. So it's still not enough data really, but at least those 2 creatives that are similar, let's just say they're 2 sales from 1 creative, based on the visual side of things, right? So I guess I could reiterate that one. The first sale, again, the video itself, it's just not enough really. 1 sale is really not enough to say, you know, that there was success. So let's just say, like, so far I haven't found any winning creative, and I think that's the obstacle I need to overcome. I don't think it's the product. I think it's just my marketing. My marketing is trash. I'll be real. So anyways, that's the update so far, you lot. Is man, I'm not profitable. However, it is what it is. It's part of the game. I knew what I signed up to. If it was easy, everyone would be doing it. And, you know, and you got to take the risk. It's not even a massive risk, really. You know, at the end of the day, like, you allocate a few £100 testing the product. It is what it is. Like, you know, that, it might be a bit of money, but you know what? At the end of the day, like, you know, is it worth it? Yeah, like, what you doing this for? You know what I mean? What is it? Like, I don't like the current situation I'm in. So you think I'm not going to risk a few £100 to create the life that I want, to create financial freedom, to create location freedom? You know what I mean? That's the current life, the current life I have now. I'm willing to risk it all for that life, because that's the life I want. So of course I'm going to be cautious. However, of course I'm going to take the risk. You know what I mean? Like, nothing ain't going to change if I don't try to do something different, right? So yeah, I know I went on a side tangent, but I'm just trying to say that, listen, like you got to take risks, you got to try, you got to keep going, you got to keep pushing. The more you do it, the more evidence you're going to have, the more your belief systems are going to change, the more you're going to have conviction. Do you know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, man, I just got to keep pushing, keep going, and just, yeah, like, nothing happens overnight. Everyone that I've learned from, and these are not fake gurus, these are like real people. I'm not talking about people that are in their flashy Lamborghinis. I'm talking about people just like me and you that started off from humble beginnings, that have done 100k a month. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? And they'll tell you straight away, like, yo, like, it doesn't happen overnight. Like, some people had to test 5-10 products. Some of them had to spend a couple grand before they got to where they need to get. You need to do the reps. You need to essentially make mistakes to learn and to win. You have to. You can't just go through it without it. So someone might look at this and be like, they lost £170, or they spent £300, didn't make no money. It's a waste of time, waste money. That's the way you're looking at it. You know what I mean? That's your perspective. For me, it's like, yo, I'm investing in my future. I'm investing in learning how to do marketing. You know what I mean? I'm putting in those reps. So yeah, like, just to say that, listen, like, I'm so happy I'm documenting this whole process, because this is real authentic. Like, what's going on there? But because, yeah, like, there's a process, and I'm gonna keep pushing, keep trying. And if anyone's doing dropshipping attempts, like, don't get thrown off. I remember before I got any success from the other product, I spent £700 before I made any money. You know what I mean? So I was in a minus for the first 2 weeks. So, to get me, it's only the second month I was starting to slowly get profitable. So it's part of the game. Like, there's a guy I'm following on YouTube. He spent like 5-6 grand before he even got his brand up and running, but he had full conviction of what he needed to do, and from his experience he understood there's steps that you need to take. There's a testing phase, and yeah, man, like, so yeah, like, I'm not disheartened from this, and I don't want anyone who else is trying to do dropshipping to be disheartened, wherever you are in your stage. And whoever is been super successful in dropshipping, like, yo, like, leave your comment also, and I want some positivity, because like, there's a few negative comments and I don't entertain them. Like, I'm just like, ugh, boy, could be trolls, could be whatever. But for whoever who is ahead of the game in dropshipping, like, just leave a comment, because for other viewers, you know what I mean, it just confirms that, you know, dropshipping does work with anything. You know, even the thing with dropshipping nowadays, like, people really like, bro, like, dropshipping, it's like, it's the name. Like, really, it's just e-com. It's just online business with anything. Like, you know, some people are like, dropshipping doesn't work. It's like, yo, like, mate, then nothing works. Every business, any online, not even online, even a physical business, it's the exact same process. You know, you're going to have to invest. You're going to have to take risk. You know, if you've got a brick and mortar store, you know, if you want to set up, I don't know, a pet supply shop, you're going to have to pay for rent. You're going to have to pay for inventory. You're going to have to get some brand awareness, some traffic, you know, some brand awareness. You've got to get people to your shop. Even if you have an online boutique store, it's the exact same thing. Why, when you hear dropshipping, it's like, oh my God, it's a scam, or you can't make no money. It's the exact same thing with any online business. The only difference is, at least we have the flexibility to not have to pay for anything up front. We don't need to sign a lease for, I don't know, 12 months for, you know, like a commercial property, you know what I'm saying? Or yeah, like, or even a restaurant. You don't have to pay for all the cooking equipment for the commercial property, for staff, you know, for food, you know what I mean? Like, all of these business, anything that you do, you know what I mean, you've got to take risk, right? So it's like, just know that, innit? Like, if everyone was willing to take that risk, everyone would be successful, innit? If everyone, to get me, if if you knew how long it would take, or the obstacles that were coming, it'd probably scare most of the people and they wouldn't even try. You know what I mean? I don't know, man. I'm going on a side tangent again, but I'm hoping like you get what I'm trying to say. Like, I don't know, man. Like, listen, like, you got like I said, bro, me personally, the life I have now is not who I want to be, bro. You know what I mean? That's not the life I want. So I'm willing to risk the old me for the new me, and that's literally all I'm doing, bro. So yeah, like, if you're not happy with your situation, do you know what I mean? Or you believe you have a bigger potential, you can do better with your life, like, take the fucking risk, man. Sorry for my language, but take the risk, man. Because at the end of the day, like, you won't know if you don't try, innit? So, to get me, try, and you get me, it's better you try than not try at all, innit? But anyways, I'm not a motivational speaker, but I just want to share that. But I'll give you an update, I don't know, maybe a few days into next week, when I've got a bit more information. But anyways, you lot, peace and love, stay positive, and yeah, man, block out the noise, because people just be like, yeah, just trying to project their negativity on you lot. Anyways, bless.